People who don't learn to face the little deaths, the smaller changes throughout life, are the ones who aren't ready and aren't at peace when they come to die. I see it all too often. People who don't learn to grieve and mourn, who don't learn to cry and admit their vulnerability, who don't learn to accept change, they live apart from reality. And so when they come to the end of their lives, they find that they really haven't lived. Our church and our community is here to help us learn how to live. We need to learn how to love ourselves, to love our brothers and sisters, and to love God. And by God, I mean whatever is the highest and most central truth. So we need one another. Reverend Barbara Peskin taught me that. There's a version of the song, "This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine," that has a verse that tells us why we need to let our light shine. It's not about pride or some sense of self-importance. It says, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine because there's someone down in the valley trying to find their way home." Everyone who lives has to take their turn walking through the valley of the shadow of death and despair. And nobody can walk that lonely path for us. And it's cold, and it's dark, and it's miserable down there. And it can seem like there's no way out. And at times it can seem like it's not even worth trying. And those of us who've been down there and survived know what I'm talking about. Many of us have walked that path out of the shadow of the valley of death. Sometimes all you can do is put one foot in front of the other because you can't see far enough to do anything else. Sometimes you just need to get up and put food on the table for the children. And so when we get back out and we're standing up on the cliff above the valley once again, our job is to shine our light back down, to show those others that there is a path and a way out. That's the church. The people who know we can't do this alone. The prophet Isaiah said, "Those who have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, from them comes a great light." And so we sing and praise and love and learn to let our light shine down into the valley because we know that there's always someone down there trying to find their way home. If I were told that I were going to die tomorrow, I would want to spend today with my wife Anitra and my son Elias and a few very close friends. And I'd tell them I love them, and I would cherish hearing them tell me that they love me too. And I'd be thankful that I found this church because I'd know that you would help Anitra pick up the pieces. And you'd help Elias continue to discover his unique genius. Help him to let his light shine. That gives me a lot of peace, no matter what happens. When that day comes when I close my eyes, I will know in my heart that I have been part of something that has really mattered in this world. I hope to live a long, long time. I hope you do too, Steve. But if I die before we meet again, I want you to know how thankful I am that you're a part of my life. I want you to know how much I love you.